Hey, Amit, how's it going?
Good, good. I was just on your YouTube channel. And for you, those of you guys that haven't seen Jade's YouTube channel, here it is.
Amit is
She
screenplay.
has, it's funny, Jade, with your pre-construction and stuff that you've done, a lot of people didn't, they've told me like, Jade speaks Spanish, you
Nice.
know?
Yeah, we try to do one in English, one in Spanish, just because it's Miami and why not?
Yeah, so Jade has a ton of these videos. These are pre-construction. I'll let Jade go more into detail, but if you haven't subscribed to her channel, just do Jade.kalbacher and then YouTube and you'll find it, and you'll get a lot of opportunities to make a ton of money. So I'll stop sharing. And so what's up today?
So today, as you know, Sophia is on vacation. So I thought we would return to the old times and just do a little chat about a new project that's coming to Brickell.
Awesome. So Brickell. So for those people that don't know Brickell, describe Brickell.
Brickell, they call Manhattan of the South. It's very walkable. It's very clean. You come down, you don't really need a car in Brickell. You come downstairs and you can go to any restaurant, any store. You really have everything at your fingertips. It's the financial center of Miami.
And so like what's like the demographic, not like ethnicities, but the demographic of people that are there?
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of a young professionals, maybe young couples, things like that, young families, probably before they move out to a house, maybe in the Grove or the Gables. They'll probably be in like a really nice high rise in Brickell, or young professionals just starting, they finished now they got a job at JP Morgan, and that's where they're going to live.
Awesome. So tell me about the project.
So this is really cool, and we were just researching it before it came on. It's called Major, all capital letters, which I like, Major, Major, and it is a 90-story tower, which is really tall. My building is 52 and it's tall, or 53 and it's really tall. So just almost double, right? In Brickell, it's going to be 888 Brickell Avenue, which I think is a good address anyway, because 8's lucky, right? I think they say that. So on the corner of 10th and roughly 10th and Brickell Avenue is where they're putting it. And it's going to be a collaboration between Major Food Group and JDS. So Major Food Group are the people that own Carbone, Sadelle's, Dirty French, which they just opened. So like if you guys have ever seen on Instagram people posting pictures of like this pasta and they tag Carbone, and it's like a spicy, I've never had it, but because I can't deal with spice, as Amit knows, but that is Carbone, and the owner of that is Major Food Group, and they are building a tower called Major. They also own Hassalan, which is like a big place people like to go out to as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so like you were talking about, and sorry if I repeat something that you said already, because I lost connection for a bit. So it's 90 stories, and you told me like the unit number was really low, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was actually trying to initially figure out. So they haven't like launched sales yet. It's going to happen at the end of the summer. But so it's 90 stories and it's 259 units, which 259 seems like a lot, but I have more in my building of 53, right? So I have, how do we turn that sound off? I have 270, give or take, on 53 stories. And this is 90 stories with 259 units. So it's not a lot of units. And we were trying to figure out, is there like some hotel, or why is there so few units? But they're just going to be huge units. The pricing right now, initial pricing, as we know, goes up over time, is going to start at 1.6 million to 11 million. And then obviously penthouse pricing is not released yet, but I would assume that it's going to be quite, trying to turn that noise off, sorry.
That's probably mine, so I'm sorry.
All your clients, Amit. Let me see if I can hear that. But yes, so it's going to be a lot of floors and not a lot of units. So obviously big units. They haven't really specs or anything on that, but you can tell like 90 stories, only 259 units is not a lot of units.
So when you say 1.6, right, obviously today is June 1st, 2022, the prices will be more later. But when you say 1.6, what do you get for 1.6 starting?
So I think what you're really buying into is the building. So like a couple things about the building, which we were obviously just talking about, is they're going to have 8 stories of amenities. I've never seen that. I mean, like obviously we know Miami is known for its amenities. Building, developers love to put amenities here, but 8 stories, that's a new level. Yep. I don't know any building that has 8 stories of amenities. Yeah. So they're actually going to have a club, right? So I'm not 100% sure yet because it just came out, right? Is it just people that own there, or can you buy into it? If you could, I would probably buy into it because reading this looks really cool. And I'm just looking at my notes. They're going to have, so it's 120,000 square foot club. It's going to have, it's going to have, sorry, I'm reading the other thing. 8 floors, an indoor paddle court, an event space. So like if people want to have weddings, 2 restaurants just for the club, 4 overall in the building, but 2 just that belong to the club, private boxing gym, a cold plunge. Everyone asks me that question, what buildings in Miami have a cold plunge? So I probably should do a video on that. Continuum, 1010 Brickell, and Aria Reserve is going to have one, and so is Casa Bella, and so is Major, because everyone wants a cold plunge. I want one. We don't have one here, but we should. Cold plunge, hot plunge, you mean a hot tub? That's funny. IV drip, infrared sauna. I mean, those are some pretty cool amenities. Indoor paddle court, I think I said that. Yeah, 120,000 square feet of amenities. It's crazy.
So it sounds like the person that's going to be staying there is probably active, right?
Oh yeah, yep. There's going to be a rooftop part of the club. So maybe it's on the top 8 floors. Like we're really like early, so I'm not even sure the layout of the building yet. I don't even know if it's delivered 100% yet, but it's going to be indoor outdoor club on the top. It's going to probably be a very similar feel to like Soho House or Standard, like very cool, very edgy. But what's really interesting, so in the units, there's so much, I'm just like all over the place. In the units come fully furnished, which we've seen a lot of recently with new construction, but they come fully furnished down to the silverware and plates, which Major Food Group is going to pick, which is interesting because people get it fully furnished and they say, Jade, what about the plates and the paper towel? Like there are other things you don't think of, right? So
totally. And it's going to be high quality too. It's not just going to be like silverware. It's going to be nice stuff.
Yes. So it's supposed to open in 2026, which probably in developer terms means like end of 2026, maybe 2027, because it's always delayed. So a couple of years, we're obviously a couple of years out, but that's when you get the best prices, right? In the beginning, when they just launch sales.
Yeah, and what's good about that too is besides the price increase, just because like Brickell and all these other areas, downtown Miami, Edgewater, and surrounding areas, Linwood, they're all getting so developed, and because they're getting developed, we're getting better restaurants, we're getting top quality chefs, we're getting other stores and stuff. So by the time that person moves into the unit, whether it's 2026 or 2027, the area is going to come a long way. Even though it's come a long way since the past, I think that'll also increase the value.
So remember how a couple of seconds ago I just said, I don't know how you'll get a membership? Well, I just kept reading my notes and now I found out how. I have so many buildings in my head. So residents, people who buy in this building automatically have a membership, which is pretty cool because it's an exclusive thing. And I don't know, like recently, one of my friends, she's a member of the Edition, right? And I was like, oh, I'd love to be a member here. It's cool. You can sit on the beach and you have food come. So I asked and he said, and I was like, oh yeah, how much is it? He's like, sorry, we have like 1,000 person wait list right now. I was like, whoa. So all of these like private clubs, they have like ZZ's, which is like a big one that just opened, has 2,000 members and a 7,000 member wait list right now. And that's by the same company. So if you buy in the building, you don't have to be on a wait list. You automatically get access to it. They are gonna make outside memberships available, but they're not telling you how much or when or who or what you have to do. So the best place to be able to go to the, you know, club of the membership club is to buy it, obviously, in the building.
Yeah, and that just, it increases the value of the property. Just, you know, having that big a wait list to get a membership will just, it's a place to be, apparently.
It is. I mean, it is. It would be like living in Soho House, essentially. What I want to show you quick, if I remember how to share my screen. Let's see, share screen. Desktop. Can you see it? Oh no, I have to click share.
Just click share.
Oh wait, now I have to allow Zoom just because I deleted Zoom. I don't know why, but
Okay.
What?
Or if you send me the link through the chat.
Yeah, it's not a link though. I just like took photos.
Oh, it's like a photo or something.
Yeah. Open system preferences. Okay, sorry. Stand by. So what I like about it is it kind of looks like New York. When you see the building rendering, it's like, whoa, that doesn't really look like a Miami building. That kind of looks like a New York building. And it's funny because when
So describe that. What does that mean? What does that mean? Since I'd never lived in New York, I'm trying to figure out what that means.
Okay, the colors feel a little more like darker tones than just like dark. Yeah, it's more conservative, but it's also like more regal looking, I think, than just like the stark Miami white, which I actually really like. But it's cool that there's, you know, something else because we already have so many that are the same thing, right?
So like old money, maybe?
Yeah, but not really, because I feel like this is going to be oh, I have to quit and reopen. What? Now it lets me do it. Can you see?
Yep, I can see cool. Like, yeah,
a ton of stuff. Okay, essentially.
Oh wow, that's pretty nice.
Doesn't that
looks like something in New York?
Right? That's what I was saying. Like I just, when you look at it, like this
they
crown.
Have a tower in New York like that. I forgot what the really thin tower.
But you see this at the bottom, like that. Where are we? Looks like New York, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it really, I mean, it's kind of like adds, you know, some interesting stuff to the skyline. But all right, let's see. There is a picture of the crown. Oh, here's the bottom from the other side, right? Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Like, I love the detail. Like, they make it look like it's been here. Obviously, we know it hasn't been there, but
right.
it's something totally different. Here is the top. Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's cool. Look at
many floors, right?
Yep. Here's the membership club. These are the people. There's your club.
Wow.
And these are obviously the penthouses, right?
And you're on the 90th floor.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So for 1.6, obviously, buy the lowest price things, what we always say, you get access to that club, and you better bring me, because you're finding out by this video. But that's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah,
that's high up, and you can go outside.
What is that on the sides? That like sculpture, the figure?
Art.
Yeah, that's like interesting.
But it really does look like a New York building.
It's funny how big those trees are, right? Those are 2 floors.
You're right. So I think these are the double-story penthouses, is what I would assume. And so they're gonna put some trees out there.
Yeah, it looks super high end, right?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, have you been into Monad Terrace?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, same thing, like super high, but this is obviously another level, but it's the same developer. So this is the entrance, which I think is really beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
But doesn't it has a feeling of New York, like I just went to this theater or something.
Well,
yeah. They're obviously going to the theater, and this girl She had a long night at the club.
Right. It's like you have to be dressed to go there, but in Miami, maybe not.
I mean, I'd be there in workout clothes, but look how they did the 888, like an infinity sign. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if they put this much detail into their renderings,
Yeah.
right?
So that's like,
Imagine,
if I'm not mistaken, that's like across the street from Brickell Key, more or less, because it's on 8th
yeah,
or 9th
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. You know where that annoying light is that never turns?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one. Yeah. So you'll just be able to look at this. Okay, so we did that one at this building. So this is, here you go. Look, they're even dressed up outside. So it
It's the
looks like
winter.
from these renderings, there I am with I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe a boyfriend. I'm just kidding. Look, they have grills,
Oh, cool.
right?
Yeah,
And look at each, they even have like this Botero kind of sculpture on the
that's
wall
really cool.
outside.
So if you're looking to the left and you see that like island or whatever is there,
Yep.
and the bridge, do you know where that is, or
Yeah,
where
so
people would be looking?
this is Key Biscayne right here. It's like a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to raise a family in Miami. Where should I?" But I want to be by the beach. That's a big question we get. Key Biscayne's an awesome place for that. I mean, people drive around in golf carts. And this is all beach right here on that side. And then the side's obviously the bay. And so all of these are the condos on the beach. And then you have the houses over here. It's really nice, like a really like family oriented place. It's super clean. It's a real like town in the middle of Miami, which is funny. So you take this bridge, which is the Rickenbacker Causeway. And that goes all the way down to Key Biscayne. I actually park my car here. Can't park it after dark. I learned that
You
when I got
run
a
there?
ticket a couple weeks ago. No, I'll drive here, park where the little cursor is, and go all the way down because it's so pretty. You see the water.
Yeah.
And the Miami Marathon comes down this way as well. So this is Key Biscayne. So like this girl who's very fancily dressed is looking over at Key Biscayne, and this girl is not paying attention down there. So that is that. What else? Oh, this is cool. This is the pool.
Oh, wow.
Right? I mean, just look at that. These people are dressed up too, but like, look at these chairs.
Yeah, just everything.
I mean, even the guys serving are good looking, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what this thing is here, but that looks pretty cool. Sculpture. Oh no, there I am. I just found me. Okay. And then this is cool because you see the inside. Look at that.
You can tell that this is going to be like a very, very well-known building in the future.
Yeah. I mean, I love that they're bringing, so I feel like right now when you're talking about high end, like a next level, because we have like luxury buildings, Flatiron and 1010, but this is another notch up, like more on level with Aston Martin and Baccarat. And so you kind of see where the demand is right now. It's moving more, higher end in Brickell.
And it's not the same old white kitchen. I mean, there's so much detail in everything.
I mean, if you just look at this, first of all, first thing I notice is that it's a gas stove, which is amazing. And it cooks way better, even though people think it's the same. It's not, you see?
Oh, right.
But
Yeah.
I love that they have this little lip here because my place doesn't, and it's annoying for the stools to be under.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like this will all come, even those plates.
Oh, right. I forgot.
And like,
Probably, I would think the curtains as well, maybe.
yeah, it looks like everything. I mean, I hope for that price.
Right.
So they're gonna have all of these interiors, but wait, let me exit out of this. Stop share. Okay, here I am. So what else did I want to say? Oh, what is the super cool thing about this, aside from the cold plunge and the really awesome finishes and Brickell and everything, is that okay, so you can turn your condo into a hotel. Now, what do I mean by that? Because that's kind of weird.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So let's say you bought a 3-bedroom, right? And you are going back to Ecuador for January and February, right? To see your family, or December and January. You can lock all your stuff in one room, and the other 2 rooms can be part of the hotel program. So it's like a lockout function of the unit, and major food group MFG will run, it goes into a hotel pool and then they rent them out.
Wow, so super flexible with the rentals.
Yeah, so I because someone asked me a couple weeks ago, they said, I want something that I can live in and then rent out when I'm not there. Now, a lot of people, we obviously do a lot of Airbnb stuff. When you look at an Airbnb building, yeah, it's great, you can rent it out, but is it really a place you want to live in? Because it doesn't have that same like level. Or like, what about all my stuff? People ask me that all the time. Like, oh, do I leave it in the closet? Do I lock it? What do I do? So this gives you the ability to like lock one room or area and then rent out the other 2. So it's not just sitting there idle.
Right. And then they have the management company that takes care of it.
Yep. So you don't have to do anything. And it's, it's like on brand essentially, right? Because it's the major brand. So maybe someone's at the restaurant and they don't want to go home. Oh, they just stay right there.
Yeah,
That's
I think too,
cool.
they're smart that they furnish everything and they have everything, like you said, on brand. So if someone is, one of the things about branding is the experience, right? You expect the same experience. So if someone is rented there a year before and then they come the next year, it's gonna be the same looking unit for the most part, right?
Yeah.
So they'll have the same experience.
And let's say
down to the silverware.
100%. And let's say that you even bought a 3-bedroom and one weekend it's just you and you want to just lock off one of the rooms, you can use one of the rooms and then the other 2 can go into the hotel pool.
Right.
So I feel like not a lot of people are explaining it, because when I kept reading about the lockout function, I was like, what does that mean? I don't lock it. So you can lock your door. Great. No, but it's essentially like helping you offset the costs, just so you don't have like a super, super high carrying cost for something that you're not using all the time.
Yeah, I would think you can't live there and rent it out, right? Like in case you want more friends. I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm sure you can, you mean like live, just like, hey, I'm staying here? No, but you can stay in the room. You can stay in that one part of it, right?
Oh, right.
They can, so maybe you make friends and you invite them over. But, oh, sorry, I was just reading something about so the facade is designed by Studio Sofield, and the sculptures that you picked up on are inspired by Italian futurism. No idea what that means, but it sounds fancy, right?
We know how it looks.
It's pretty cool, and I think it's something super different, right? It's not just a normal building. So it's the 8th, between 888, so like between 9th, I'm trying to pull up on my phone here. 888. I love the address. Cool.
Yeah, and they're smart because we have tons of people from California that are moving here, and a lot of, I guess, Asian people. 8 is, like you said,
it's a lucky number. Yeah. So it's right. I'm trying to think of where people would. Oh, so it's about like 2 blocks from the Flatiron. Essentially,
Okay.
people watching this know where that is. It is, what is that right there? Trying to think of any other like interesting. Well, you obviously have the Brickell City Center right there. That's like your big right across. So it's cool. It's 1 street back from like Brickell Bay Drive. So it's right by that annoying light, essentially. Like before you get to that annoying light, right?
Right. Yeah, you don't need to get there.
Yeah, where you can just stop and look at the futuristic sculptures. So I don't know. I think it's a really cool project.
Yeah, I agree. So if someone is interested, what do they do?
You can get in contact with me. And I will get you the information as soon as it comes out, because it's, we're obviously getting it in like drips right now. So you can send me a message on Instagram at Jade.kalbacher, or you can send me an email, Jade.kalbacher@compass.com. If you want to watch other videos on pre-construction and new projects coming to Miami, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Jade.kalbacher.
Cool. And so like, this is 1.6, right?
Yeah.
If you had to guess, like the videos that you've done in both English and Spanish, what are the price ranges that they varied from?
So we did one in Yotelpad, which I know because I was just sending it to someone, has studios right now for like the mid 400s. And by the way, they went pre-construction for like mid 3s. So that's why we buy pre-construction. And that was before the market went crazy. So I would say probably from like 400 to, I don't know, how much was that penthouse? 30 million?
Right.
So everything, we cover like people just starting, you want to get an Airbnb kind of thing, or people looking for a really nice residence for themselves, or super exclusive penthouse. So all of it.
Do you think like with this major project that some people will just be living there just because they want to live there and not rent it out?
I would live there. That's cool. I mean, I would
Right.
live there and get an IV drip every day. Are you kidding? 8 stories of amenities, 2 private restaurants. Yeah, you can find me in the cold plunge. I do think so. I think there are going to be people like with the standard who know the brand, and just think about being there in that club and all the business opportunities that, right? I'm sure you could just sit by the pool and meet a new contact, or sell a watch, or whatever whoever's watching this does, get money for your venture capital fund. I'm sure it's very easy when you're in that kind of setting, because it's just like going to a membership club, like being part of Soho. It's like you're in a little community, which is nice.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because people forget how transient Miami is, right? And now with this, I guess, remote working, people are just coming here. That was mine, sorry. They're coming here, working for like a few months. It's like they're going on vacation and working at the same time. It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah. And this is kind of like combines both of that. I don't think it's as transient as New York. Like New York is pretty bad, actually. Like people, you can live in Manhattan, I think, for 10 years and not know anyone. Miami's a little different because people are happier. But this is definitely a place where you could go and network, meet people, be seen, that kind of thing. I'm sure there will be celebrities that are buying here, basketball players. That's just what it sounds like.
Yeah. So anything else before we go?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to Jade's channel, because a lot of times what people do is they wait for to get all the details and then share the information, but by then it's too late, right?
Yeah, by then the price has already gone up, and yep.
We'd rather have it where you can do the reservation and then do it, and and then get it, because you'll get a lot more equity. But thanks, guys, for watching. Until the next one, we'll see you.